Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen.
Today we are commemorating the Dormition and Assumption of the Mother of God. The Dormition, her falling asleep; the Assumption, her being taken body and soul to be with her Son in heaven. I'd like to think with you for a few moments about the issue of human destiny. Basic to every human being is the question of our ultimate destiny. This becomes a major problem for our society in a post-Christian era. In the world in which we live, there is grave distortion about the nature of human destiny as determined by the Creator. For many people in our society, this is it. And at the end of the story, it's over. Or at the end of the story, we are transformed into angels to sit on a cloud and play a harp for eternity. Not having clarity about human nature and human destiny is causing grave problems for the society in which we live today. Central to the Christian message found in the very first chapters of the Holy Scriptures is the affirmation that God has made us in his image, male and female, in his image. We are creatures that are made in God's image. We find in the 8th Psalm these words: "When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you have set in place, what is man that you should think of him? Or a son of man that you are concerned about him? Yet you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and majesty." Perhaps one of the fundamental problems that causes profound dis-ease and disease in our society is the fact that we are not clear about our nature. And consequently, we are not clear about our destiny. This leads to lives that are shaped by hubris, by an insatiable need for sensual happiness, for the mounting of more and more and more money, stuff. Is such a major problem that there's a whole world of information now about hoarding. You know, hoarding isn't just the person that has 25 cats living in a house that has 500 years of the Wichita Eagle piled up in the back room. Hoarding is what you and I do when we have more than we need and desire more than we can use. We are lost because we have jettisoned the understanding of human nature and human destiny that shaped Western history. was made in God's image, and this image was distorted by his own exercise, Adam and Eve, of their own exercise of free will. They wanted to be like God, but they wanted to be like God on their terms. Christ comes into the world as the new Adam. And as Paul reminds us, Christ is the image of the invisible God. We are made in the image of the image. The measure of who we are, of what we should be, is Jesus Christ. Not Hollywood, not the athletic world, not politics, not economics. The measure of who we are to be, who we were made to be, is Jesus Christ. The divine likeness is our human destiny. We read in the second letter of Peter that you may become partakers of the divine nature. We are not going to become God, but we are going to share in his life. St. Athanasius of Alexandria said that if man had remained in union with God in the Garden of Eden, he would have remained untouched by death and corruption. But because he did not, he is subject to death and corruption. And so that it is only union with God that will solve our problem and will reinstate us in the track that leads ultimately to union with God and a partaking in his nature. Today we celebrate the reality that Mary is for us the icon of our destiny. She is the picture of where we are headed if we are in union with her Son. Does it make any difference to accept the reality that God has taken to himself the one who was the mother of his Son in the world? Does it make any difference? Is this something that's important to consider and to celebrate? Yes, because it is the evidence that the redemption that Christ wrought on the cross for the human race was realized in the life of his mother. And she becomes a sure and certain promise of our own destiny. I unapologetically declare with the church throughout the ages that it is truly meet to bless her, who art ever blessed and all blameless, and the mother of our God. She is more honorable than the cherubim. She is more glorious beyond compare than the seraphim. She who without stain bore God the Word. She is truly Theotokos, the bearer of God. Let us join with all Christians throughout the world and throughout Christian history in magnifying her today and always. Amen.
Amen.